Before we get into this video, I want to thank you so much for pressing on it and wanting to further yourself on the online space. I also know that you're probably shit at ManyChat right now, and I do want to help with that. I just post some social proof real quick to kind of preference what ManyChat has done for us so far. And yeah, so starting off, this was a community that we launched that we actually won the school games with. And I'm probably going to have to blur out some names and stuff like that because I don't want to share too much information. But the biggest thing is what we used ManyChat to scale from this to this to this. Okay. And right in between here with the school games. So the biggest thing that we did, I was testing messaging in a pre-launch on Discord, right? The first week that we launched, we did 10K, right? So we did 10K the first week we launched. Now with this, what I used is I'm about to show you, I implemented this ManyChat to where it wasn't links. It wasn't anything like that. It was actually really, really neat voice messages and stuff like that to really get into messaging. So this was the first month of us using ManyChat with 2 CTAs and 1 story post. We did a little over $17,000 and we placed 6th on the school leaderboard. Now, the highest months was 3 months later. We did $37,000 strictly with ManyChat and story pushes. Okay? Strictly with ManyChat. When people were working with us, 905 to when people stopped working with us, 607. So I did want to show that. $18,000 first month and a half with another creator using ManyChat and some other sales systems. A buddy of ours named Sharif. We did 11K in the first month. We did 3K MRR and we did a little over $8,000. This was solely ManyChat also. Okay, little different method than the one I just showed you down below, but it's solely ManyChat with this one. So we're gonna jump right into it. Before I get into anything too crazy, I just want to let you know what I'm about to share with you. It's worth a lot of money. Okay, I charge a lot of money for this, but at the same time, I feel like this needs to be shown. And I also feel like this will benefit so many people out there that are not using ManyChat the right way. I made a video about this the other day, short form, which I know it doesn't do that much, right? But this long form, I really want to show you what you're missing out on with ManyChat. And the biggest thing is I'm not a god, right? I am a nerd. I love shit like this. But I do want any advice, any feedback in the comments. I want you to be real with me. I want you to message me. I want you to see if this works for you. What I'm about to show you has generated over like $50,000 combined over the past like 6 months. So the biggest thing I can tell you is with this, we won the school games. With this, we made $17,000 first month in business with ManyChat through a creator's audience. And I want to give you this completely for free because one, there's no disadvantage of me giving it away to you. A lot of people, I had to realize that a lot of the time people are scared to give something out because they're like, oh, we're so hard on it. I've worked hard on this. I've spent countless nights working on this, but at the same time, I want to make this as best and accessible to everybody that I can. And I found joy out of helping people do this. So the biggest thing is I want to give you this completely for free. There's nothing wrong with it. I want to explain why it works, why it doesn't work. And I want you to be able to just mess with your own type of automation with this, kind of give me advice. So biggest thing is I want to go right into this. Also down below, I'm going to have like a 14-day free trial to ManyChat. So if you want to use that, again, it is my link, so I don't want you to get confused or anything, but I will share the automations through that. A lot of people pay a lot of money for this, but again, like I said, I really want to give you this because we won the school games with this. And if we won the school games with this, there's no excuse that you can't win the school games, or not only just deal with that, but also use this for many other things and elaborate on it and grow. And I wish people would have done this for me. And one person that did this for me when I was coming up was Thomas Garnett. Posted a lot of stuff about this med spas. That's what industry I was in. A lot of Go High Level stuff. I actually learned about Go High Level through him because we were getting scammed through another software, and it was actually just rebranded Go High Level. And I was like, why don't we just buy this? So there are people out here that want to help you. I want to help you. This video is not going to have that many views, and there's a reason why. So stay tuned. Let me know your opinions, and let's knock this the fuck out. ManyChat is not made to send links. Okay, and you might be like, Pot Kettle, you got a fucking link right there. But I'm talking about, I've seen so many people on ManyChat turn around and do, thank you for being interested. Here's my link to join. Here's this, here's that. No one is invested in messaging. And if you know anything about VSLs, video sales letters, you know that you need a reason for someone to buy it. Not multiple, People only find one reason. You just have to list out a bunch so they can choose by themselves naturally. The biggest thing is too, with this, you are investing them into messaging, especially someone that has a huge following, because in their mind, they're like, why are they responding to me, right? So the biggest thing I can tell you is that the way that I'm about to show you has generated money because people have not only felt like that's the creator, but two, have also understood that people care about them. And that's the biggest thing, is like, we just want to show them that we care about them, because if you're running a good community, when you put them in there, they're going to be able to have access to that creator anyway. They're going to feel comfortable. They're going to be like, I got what I paid for. But if you're running a shit community and they come in there and they get automated messages and they get all this shit, this is not going to do anything. So if your product is not good, your sales system is most definitely not going to be good, right? So always make sure the product is good, right? And always understand that if you don't have a product, sell access, right? Biggest thing is right here. Another thing is, these are mainly pushing people to the school communities, right? So this is mainly pushing people to school about page. This is my method that I've found to push people to the school about page. Okay. Once I've done that, what I do is I tell the creator, right, we're going to do a keyword. I'm going to get you to do a CTA. The CTA can be like anything, any word. But what I want you to do is I either want you to do it in a video or a story. Majority of the times with this audience, like I said on my short form video, which you probably didn't watch, is fine, is that 9 times out of 10, short form viewers are not long form viewers. That's just period. So the biggest thing I can tell you is that majority of the time, people are either, what I can tell you is that people, for the first time seeing this, need to understand what it's about before they watch the VSL. Because the VSL is going to get them. The VSL is going to explain every point, every pain point, everything to them. It's going to explain that. So the biggest thing I can tell you is that you need to make sure that the marketing, the grabbing by the creator, that is done by the creator, is something that people, it resonates with people. This is either, hey, I've come from this, and then I'm helping 5 more people, I only have 2 more spots left. Excuse me. DME motion, right? So what we're going to do is we're actually going to have a keyword, okay? So I always activate these on keywords. I don't like the comments. Let me ask you a question. On ManyChat, you can do a comment CTA, right? You can do a comment CTA. Let's say you post a video, and all of a sudden, or let's say you comment on a post, and all of a sudden you get a DM instantly. Now you can put a delay or whatever on it. Cool. Everybody's going to be like, oh, I can put a delay on it. That's cool. But now you're getting a box that pops up with a button. That's exactly what happens on ManyChat with a comment CTA. You can't do anything else, right? A button pops up. You press on that button, you know immediately that this is automated, that this is like that, and you're probably turned off to anything else that is followed by that message. The reason why I do it this way is because you never leave any suspicion for it being otherwise than the creator, other than the creator. So what I like to do is I like to do keyword. I go straight from keyword, and what I do is I get them to do a voice message. The voice message, think about it. You send a keyword, 2 minutes later, because I have a delay on this, 2 minutes later, you get a voice message saying, hey, look, I'm so glad that you wanted to take a risk and you wanted to go after this opportunity. Look, I got something really cool for you because we just opened up a couple more spots. Go ahead and send me your email and I'll send it over to you. Bam. That's lead collection at its finest. The creator just used their voice to ask for the email like we would be in person. Immediately, our response rate on that fucking right there alone is like 98%. I went from trying to send fucking I went from trying to send text messages saying like this, and this. And yeah, that is how we get that. So I lead collect with that. The next thing, a lot of people do this differently. I like to knock it out of the way because I want them invested into it. I get them to watch the VSL. So I send them the VSL. 9 times out of 10, they're going to be like, I'm in, because at the end of the VSL, it's I'm in, or they're going to be like, I have to think about it. Biggest thing is, they'll say, I'll have to think about it. Let me go ahead and take that out of the way. They'll say, I have to think about it, or they'll say, I'm in. And I go, look, I just want to make sure you're a solid fit before moving forward. What made you want to use the power of social media to scale your biz? This is where I get them invested into messaging, right? Then they're like, look, this is automated too. I hear you. You're good. I'm here to help. Right? So then, if you see this question right here, I do a voice message. The voice message basically says, what's your journey? What have you tried? Right? They basically break it down. Again, by this point, they are very invested into messaging. After that, it's like, okay, cool. And why do you feel like you're having a hard time accomplishing doing this on your own? The less questions you have, the less friction it finds out that this is automated or anything like that. I'm not sure how to keep engagement. I struggle on knowing what to post. She broke it down. Right? Now, when you first run anything like this, I want to let you know that you need to monitor over this. You need to check. I also recommend doing 3 separate automations. And what I mean by that, or 4 separate automations. Do the intro where the VSL and the thing is sent. Set it up to where an I'm in, to where it's either triggered by the end or wait. Basically, what I do is I throw them into messaging right here. Even if they don't respond after this, you can see like I put a question mark because it waited from 11:19 to 11:34. I waited, no response, and then I threw them in the messaging. So she sent that 12:18, at 12:19 I sent this, right? And I threw her into messaging because I have a timeout after so many times, or after so many minutes, timeout. Now, she didn't respond to that one, it's done. Because why would you spam people, right? So then I have another one set up to where it's questions and motivation. So it'll do this one, it'll do this one, and then it'll be like, okay, cool. Then it'll be like, I completely hear you. This is where you get them, right? So I completely hear you. Well, so-and-so, we only have 18 spots left for this week. Why do you feel like I should give you one of the last spots? They break it down. Usually this is a bigger one right here because they're so invested so far, right? Why would they stop responding to their favorite creator? Then right here, this is the power play. This is the power push. This is how we get people in here. And this is all, I mean, ethical, of course, but you're resonating with their pain. You're resonating with what you can help them do. And if you have a good product, you're not scared to do something like this because you know it's good. So the biggest thing is I have a voice message at the end to hit home once again. Basically saying, well, I think you'd be a perfect fit for getting this, 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 and this, right? Get this, 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 and this with having access to me Monday through Friday. And then also at the same time, not everybody's getting this. And then what you do is you go, look, here's the link to pay. Dead ass. But you've gotten them so invested into messaging by this point that they're gonna press on the link. They're gonna see it. But what I like to do is if they don't respond after this, right? So this was 10 minutes goes by. I go, look, I can't promise this spot for long. Let's just be real here, right? Can't promise this spot for long. Just since I last texted you, I only have 7 spots left. Okay? From there, is it price? Oh, wow, yes, I'm in school, I have tuition. This is where the price objections are going to come up, which are fine, right? This is where you knock this out. By the way, she's a piff. This girl right here, she was a piff. So I go down, and I do another voice message. All automated. You can pre-record these. I basically say, hey, look, what's stopping you aside from price, right? Nothing, to be honest. I'm very interested. Well, I want to make sure you can take advantage of this opportunity. I can only promise this pricing spot today, but I got you. This is where you can set up split pay or whatever. And what I mean by that is this is a PIF. This right here is monthly, right? Then she's going to ask a couple questions. How often? You see these blue messages right here? This is where I am. Now, I didn't even answer this question and she went ahead and bought it. Because that's how good the VSL and the messaging was, right? I want to bring up another example real quick. Now, motivation. Motivation 1, motivation 2, closing an offer. So, it really is this simple. Do not overcomplicate this by any means. I want to show you something real quick. I've been getting a lot of messages today. Can you do me a favor? So we're going to go through that. We're going to move to I'm in because they're ready now. We're going to throw them into questioning. Just want to see if you're a solid fit before moving forward. Change that up based on your creator, right? Also, I hear you. You're good. I'm here to help. Why do you believe I should give you one of the last spots this week? And then I split test a little bit. What can you bring to the table? Biggest thing is just do voice message. I see you're a perfect fit. No response after 20 minutes. She's still there. No response after 20 minutes. I can't promise a spot for long. Just since I last texted you, I only have 48 spots left. Change this to 8 spots left. Have you joined yet? Never ask. I mean, you can ask, is it price? If it's something a higher ticket. Because let's just state the obvious. I mean, a lot of people can't afford a higher ticket. But this is what I would recommend.